I use the opportunity to do up my boots as an opportunity to stretch and lengthen my spine and my waist. So reaching down to clip and do up the boots means that I'm rounding my back and stretching in a rotation. Now leveling myself up, if I try and straighten my legs, I'm actually stretching my thighs, my hamstrings, by trying to lift my seat bones upwards towards the sky. That gives me a good stretch in the back and the back of the pelvis and the thighs. So you don't need to lock the knees, but certainly trying to straighten the legs will do that. Then you can see as I reach round to clip my boots, I'm rounding and rotating my spine, which gives me a really good stretch through the back of the pelvis, the lumbar spine and the waist. And then another opportunity to stretch out those hamstrings by lifting my seat bones. The legs straighten and the hamstrings are stretching. Now I roll up, loosen out, and then I'm going to do a more focused hamstring stretch with one of my feet up against the fencing. So I'm using my right hand to try and encourage my seat bones to be drawn further backwards. As the pelvis is drawn away from the foot, the leg straightens. And this creates an active stretch in the hamstring. The muscles are being lengthened as the leg is moving. It's a really effective way of creating the length in the hamstring, which is more of a longer lasting stretch than just holding a position that the muscles may or may not like. And of course, once I've done one leg, I'm then going to do the same on the other. So pull the pelvis back, allow the leg to lengthen, and maybe even slightly just sort of pushing away from the fence with the leg and pushing the heel into the fence. So you get that length under load. The muscle on the back of the thigh having a good old stretch out, because I'm going from a shortened bent leg to a lengthened straighter leg. Shake out the legs a little bit, feel the difference. And now I'm going to do a stretch and release for the hip, and the movement through the hip will also help to stretch the front of the pelvis, the muscles in the crease of the hip, which are called the psoas. I'm also adding a side stretch because that psoas muscle is also responsible for side bending. You can't really see in this picture, but the leg that I'm standing on is slightly raised to give my swinging leg an opportunity to release. And I'm tapping. As you tap the muscle, it releases it further. Obviously, then I'm going to do the other side. Roughly, we were warming up here, so we don't want to be too precise. You're going to try and keep the pelvis still, the leg you're standing on slightly raised up so that the free leg can hang. Then the side stretch to lengthen a little bit further, and then the tap of the muscles around the front, the side and the back of the hip, just to get that blood flow going through. So this is all to release around the pelvis, lengthen out muscles that might be tight, and then immediately just before I'm going to ride, I've done those, then I'm going to ride.